with me this afternoon, I have Sera and Teresia from the Lami community who would be addressing and sharing with us their issues. Thank you for joining us. Now, seeing that you'll be talking about transportation as well as environmental security, could you tell us what changes you'd like to see in your area?
Changes I like in my community is the bus services. If they could provide another bus company to come and help the other bus company to help us to provide services and to solve the problem that we have, like late arrival in schools and workplaces, and also people that are going to hospital. So we've been having this problem for so many years, and no one has ever raised a voice. Some parents have also raised a lobby to the bus company, and nothing has been done. And also for school buses, mostly for school students, this issue has been there before, that the students are arriving to school late and being punished for being late. It's not their fault, it's because of the bus services. To follow the proper route. In some of the buses, they follow the route. It's more easier for them, forgetting that there is a bus stop for students. For example, in Lemi, there's a taxi stand on the other side, but there's a bus stop on the service station. For the bus drivers to pick up students all the way to Noia, instead of coming in the proper route where they have to come through the service station where there is a proper bus stop and shelter, they have to come on the other side where there's no shelter, no bus stop, and they're allowing the student to wait at the taxi stand, which is pretty much unsafe for the children. And I'm one of the parents raising these because we are concerned about our children and their safety. And another thing about this bus company, since they are the only bus company running in Lemi area and Lemi corridor from the Lenovesi, now we know that they are running all the way to Wainandoya. They seem to be rushing. So last year, I think there were two incidents involving school students in the bus, because bus drivers are rushing to drop off school student and to rush back to the bus stand. So we would like to have another bus company, and we're urging this to the advisory board and the LTA and the Ministry of Transport to look into this matter, to allow another bus company to come and help the services in Lemi.
Okay, thank you, Sera. Teresia, what issue do you feel strongly about, and what changes you'd like to see being done about it in your area?
Well, in my area, I have the problem of dumping rubbish in the river. I would like to recommend to the advisory board of our town area to provide proper rubbish bins, because the rubbish that's been dumped into the river are all sorts. The stench that comes from it, it's an eyesore, and it also affects the livelihood of the people living in my area who are unemployed, who don't have proper piped water. So I'm recommending to the advisory council in my town area to provide proper rubbish bins, and also if they could have an awareness in my settlement concerning the dangers of polluting the river, because that river is very close to the sea, and I believe when we are polluting the river, it goes to the sea, it damages the aquatic life and also the marine life. And I recommend too that we have more women in the advisory board. At the moment, I believe there is only one. So I'm recommending that more women be in the advisory board in our town council.
Okay, thank you. In terms of transportation and the lack of efficiency in providing transport to your area, How does it affect your daily life?
It is affecting my children because they travel to Turek for school. And so, rainy weather, they are so wet going to school because their bus stop is at the taxi stand, where the bus picks them up at the taxi stand, where there is a proper bus stop where they have to come, and there is a proper shelter. And this we have told the bus driver already, and we've brought this up to the bus company, and they still don't, and they still haven't done anything about it. So the mostly affected one is my children, and not only mine, other parents as well, their children as well. So I'm speaking on behalf of them. And it's very unsafe because they have to cross to the other side once the bus comes, and the traffic are going. And these little children, class 1, 2, and 3, they are running across the road for their buses. And another thing is arriving to school late. Most of them reaching school where the one class is already started. And so teachers punish them because of arriving late. So they advise us parents to send our children a bit earlier, which means that I have to let my children board the adult bus. And I won't do that because it's risky for me to leaving my young children, my siblings, to go to be boarding an adult bus because they'll be catching about 7:30 bus or 7 o'clock bus, and they have to catch 2 bus where they have to cross from the Lami bus station to the Turek bus station. But and it's risky without an adult supervision, and I cannot be doing it myself every day because I have a little one at home, because of financial problems, and so since school buses are being provided, I would urge that they should look into this to provide a new company to come in to help, and so that they can. So this bus company, they can share the routes. Okay, so the bus services would come a bit. School buses would come a little bit earlier than 8, so the children can reach the school before school on time. Yes, and there's another thing too for the elder where I live. The bus comes there only at 7 o'clock in the morning, and the rest of the time in the day, until the evening, no bus comes there. So in order
only comes
once in every day at 7 o'clock in the morning. So for us to catch the bus, or even an elderly that couldn't walk, have to go to hospital, or even mothers that are carrying babies to go for clinic, they have to walk all the way down to Lemi, or they have to wait for a taxi to come and pick them up. And most of the ladies, they cannot afford going by taxi every time they go to the hospital. So this is another concern. We need bus to come to our area, so it's easier for us to catch the bus. Easier services for us, and not only for us, but also for the elderly and sick leave.
All right. Thank you, Sarah. Teresia, would you like to add?
And in my area, there's a lot of unemployment. They don't have proper piped water, and a lot of women use the river to do their washing. They even bathe in the river. And the majority of the chores done in the home, where you use water, you'll have to get water from the river, and the river is already polluted. So it's a pressing issue, and they've been dumping all sorts of rubbish in the river. At one point, we were provided with rubbish bin, but it was a huge one, and just placed at one location, and it just took a short time to be filled, and it was left there smelling of the rubbish. It took a long time for them to clear it out again. So I'm urging that they provide more of those bins in the area, that the town council look into that.
Thank you, Teresia. In terms of partnering with women, how would you like to see more women involvement in getting or finding a solution to these issues that you've brought up?
So I feel that we mentioned all coming, participate in workshops and such an issue like this. We could come to this sort of consultation to come and raise our voices and to into what's happening in our community. Yeah, I feel that most of us women should raise our voice and concern our situation, the issues that we want to raise.
There are a few women's group in my settlement. I would urge them for all the women's group to get together and petition the advisory board about this issue, and also to petition the advisory board that they include more women into the board, because women will know the issues that affect women mostly. In terms of health, I believe, like for my settlement, when the women take their pots, dishes, clothes, and even to go and bathe in the river, it's already dirty, it's already contaminated, and she's coming in to use that contaminated water. Actually, the germs will, whatever items she's bringing into the river, and even her body, she can even get scabies. And apart from the rubbish that's been put into the river, there are pig pens beside the rivers. When they clean their pig pens, the waters flow into the river. And you can imagine what sort of germs, life-threatening germs, that will flow into the river.
As well in Sera, Article 14, under the women living in remote and rural areas, states that women's needs should be met.
So you believe that in terms of transportation as well as environmental security, that you're all entitled to better services as well as environmental security overall?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And that was Sera and Teresia from the Lami community addressing the issues of environmental security and as well as the lack of efficiency in transportation. Thank you very much.